You should write this down every day. This year's either going to be better for me or it's going to be worse for me. My marriage is either going to get better this year or it's going to get worse. My money's going to get better or it's going to get worse. My health is going to get better, my health is going to get worse. What I do today will determine whether it's going to be better or whether it's going to be worse. It will not be up to Trump. It will not be up to the Democrats. It will not be up to something that happens in Iran. It won't be up to the stock market. It's up to you. First, get rid of the little think and the old ideas and the middle class mentality. I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna save some money, I'm gonna put it in the bank, I'm gonna give it to the man. What's the bank do? The bank doesn't even keep your money. They hate money. Cash it's trash. Cash is garbage, it's pieces of garbage paper. It is only useful when it is used.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because in my first business, I struggled to stay afloat. I quit my business partner, and the thing that kept me going was studying the stories of famous entrepreneurs and seeing how they struggled and seeing what they had to overcome and listening to their wisdom and motivation gave me the courage, the strength, the belief to go one more day and see my business through. And in all honesty, I still need the inspiration, wisdom, motivation today for my business too. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Grant Cardone, and my take on his top 10 rules of success. Enjoy.
They didn't teach you this in school. This should have been taught basic, 5th grade, 6th grade, not when in high school or college. Cash, this is a piece of paper, okay? It is a piece of paper, it's worthless. This is a piece of paper. This actually has more value. This piece of paper right here has more value than this piece of paper right here. Why? Because one person has this piece of paper. 2,000 people have this data. You understand? This piece of paper right here is useless though until it is used. How many of you were taught to save stuff? How many of you got sticky notes and you save them? You write like 17 different things on one sticky note. I don't want to use the whole pad. I'm gonna make this sticky pad last the rest of my life. Okay? You got to get rid of the little think, folks. This little think is killing you. Let's find out if you got the little think. How many believe success is a mind game? Dude, it starts right here. You got to fix this. You got to get rid of. Let's find out if you've been affected. Okay, I want you to look at your refrigerator at home. What's in it? Water? Nothing's in it? It's empty. It's very frugal of you. Let's buy a refrigerator, keep it empty. Okay? Huh? Leftovers? What kind of leftovers? What do you got in there? A week-old salad. He opens the refrigerator. Maybe tomorrow. I don't want to throw it away. Why? Because his mother taught him that. Eat all your food, eat all your food, eat all your food. How many of you are brought up like this 3 times a day? Eat it all.
Rule number 2 is put your dreams first.
Your family's important. Your dreams are important. These are the things that need to be first on your mind every day, not last. It's either first or it's last. My dreams are first every day, then my wife, then my kids. I could take care of my wife and my kids now. Would you agree? I abandoned this. This is the fuel for who I am. I abandon this dream, and then I can't take care of them. And then I'm gonna tell them what? It's all right that you didn't win. No, it's not all right if you don't win. You need to win. How many of you need to win more? Okay? If you don't control your environment, folks, somebody else is gonna control your environment. You guys that run teams and run organizations, if you do not control your environment, someone else will control your environment. You are being controlled in your environment right now. CNBC, CNN, MSNBC, the parents, the kids, the Twitter, the Facebook, the YouTube, the Google, the Snapchats, or in your environment, your friends and your relatives, your uncles, your aunts, the garbage dump called planet Earth that you live on is mostly broken people. If you don't control your environment, it starts with me. When I was 45 years old, I'm like, I'm gonna control my environment. I'm gonna take every penny I have, all the energy I have, all the resources I have, and I'm gonna improve me. If I got to go broke in the process, because I'm already broke. Look, if you're not fulfilled if you're not reaching your full potential every day, you're broke right now. Spiritually broke.
Rule number 3 is pay the price.
I was 28 years old, 3 years sober, no drugs in my body for 3 years. I'm selling cars, and I'm getting good at it too. Like you come in and say, look, I got bad credit, and I'm not buying today. I'm like, oh, that's 2 cars. I'm gonna penalize you. I'm gonna penalize you for saying that bullshit. Okay. You got bad credit? That's perfect. At least you got some credit. See, I ain't positive. I'm there to get something. So Captain Ryan says to me, he's like, you're the most positive person I know. I said, dude, I'm not positive at all. I'm 10X. I get results. Okay? I want to get the deal done. I want to make my kids proud of me. My kids aren't going to remember whether I was positive or not. They're going to remember whether daddy delivered the goodies or not. You understand? When you go to Whole Foods and they say, hey, that'll be $427 for 3 bags. And you're like, I got a good attitude. They'd be like, you need to get some 10X. You need to get some 10X and some money to go with your freaking attitude. I was 30 years old and I was starting to speak around the country. And a business partner that I'd been working with for 3 or 4 years, he said, look, I said, dude, I'm a crossover. I'm working on this one vertical. How many of you are dependent upon a vertical? Maybe you're a chiropractor or a dentist or insurance, or you're in real estate, or you're Sprint, right? And you got this vertical and you're like, dude, I love my vertical. My vertical makes me feel good. My vertical pays the bills. Oh yes, I feel good. I love the vertical. But dude, I'm too dependent upon the vertical. I'm a little worried that you know what I'm saying? I got to keep doing this thing. And I kept telling this guy, I said, one day I'm going to cross over to a mass audience. He says, you'll never do it. Nobody ever does it. McGraw-Hill, you know the book publisher, McGraw-Hill? They wouldn't publish a book called Sell or Be Sold because they said it was a sales book. I said, yeah, and I'm going to sell some books too. National Geographic canceled The Turnaround King. How many of you saw that show? Canceled it. CNBC copied it, picked it up, threw it up on the thing. Look, this is what's going to happen to you folks. How many of you have a dream? Hey, you got to go get it. Okay? Dreams don't happen on couches and they don't happen in bed. If you're going to realize that dream, you got to go out into the marketplace. You got to meet a new you. You got to go through obstacles and barriers to where it's like, it doesn't even bother me anymore. Right? Elena, 26 phone calls because I wanted to close the deal. She doesn't want to go out with me. I'm too short. Yeah, okay. I'm too short. How short am I at 51,000 feet? How short am I now? How short am I now? Goddamn. How short am I now? We're going 666 miles an hour right now at 51,000 feet. How short am I now? The plane that I bought, it was an expansion decision. The accountant said, it doesn't make any sense, man. You don't fly enough. It's gonna cost you too much. You don't go on those trips. I'm like, dude, am I gonna expand or contract? It's been 30 years. It's probably gonna be 30 years for you too. Doubt, uncertainty, insecurities, rejection, disappointment, judgment. It's gonna be 30 years of it. If anybody thinks you're gonna be successful without paying that price, you're wrong. Are you willing to pay the price?
Rule number 4 is choose friends wisely.
Who do you need to be connected with long term? Because you're gonna have to change your friends. You're gonna have to, I don't mean get rid of the friends and family that you have, but you're gonna have to add some new friends, new family, new peeps, a new network. You know, they say your network is your net worth. Hey guys, well, that's true. For you to keep scaling, 10Xing, 60, 600, 6 million, it's all possible, I promise you. If I can do it, you can do it. I went from being a guy that was a one-man show, to running companies. I got 200 employees here, 350 in our real estate, partners all around the world. And it's only because of these 4 things I'm going to share with you in the 10X income system, which is first, mental. Second is, hey, what is my strategy to get to the next level? Three is, am I in the right vehicle? Picking the right vehicles, okay? Real estate's a great vehicle. Coaching's a great vehicle. Healthcare is a great vehicle. Education's a great vehicle. I'm in all of these, by the way, right now. Using online today, the metaverse is going to open up all kind of opportunities for so many people. I'll be right there. Webinars online, phenomenal opportunity for everybody out there. If you're in a situation right now, you don't like it. You don't like where you're at. You don't like what you're doing. You're limited. You're stopped. You're stuck. Okay? Grab this. Take advantage of it. Okay? I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It's going to give you what you need. What you need so that you can have what you deserve. Everybody deserves a great life. Everybody deserves the ability. These guys will go crazy if I come in here, okay? You deserve the ability to, hey, make more money, period. Because the truth is, if you don't make more money, you'll never have money to invest. And you'll never get to the second hustle, the third one, the fourth one. You'll never get to the multiple flows. And I want to show you here how to get multiple flows of income. Literally, I have 3 income flows today that I do nothing. And they provide me with income every single month.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there. Rule number 5 is make smart investments.
How many of you have a KEO or retirement account of some sort? Yeah, good. It's garbage. It was a bullshit thing to rob you. How many of you own a home right now? Let me see a hand. It was bullshit. It was bullshit. And you put your money in there. You wanted money and you bought a house. You wanted money and then you put it in a retirement account. You wanted money and then you gave it to Wall Street. You can't even get your money. What'd you do, man? What were you thinking? Oh, my mama told me a house is a good deal. Do you know any rich people that say, my house made me rich? Like, if I had my whole career to do over again, I would teach people about money. Because basically what I've done for 30 years, while I was building out these other businesses, I was buying real estate. Every time I'd get a surplus of money, I'd take the surplus of money, I'd push it off to the side, okay? Let me just show you the simplicity of it, okay? First of all, I gotta make more money. Everybody agree? Everybody agree with that? Do you gotta make more money? Because if you don't make more money, you ain't got any money. This is what Susie Arman says. Don't spend your money, don't spend your money, don't spend your money, don't spend your money. You can't afford it, you can't afford it. All she had to do was go make some more money, okay? Right? But what did she tell you? Don't spend it, you can't afford it. The truth is, you need to make more money. Number 1, you gotta make more money. Or, and really in the case, don't make it, you need to collect it. Or get it. Who's got my money? Number 2, what do I need to do now? I need to keep the money. It's not big words. And by the way, just because it's not big words doesn't mean it's not valuable. What am I keeping the money for? I didn't say save it, by the way. I said keep it. I don't need you to save money. There is no money made by saving today. How many of you know about compound interest? You're like, compound interest is the holy grail. No, not today it isn't. There is no compound if you're making 0.04% at the bank. Today's Friday's average savings rate in America was 0.12%. That ain't 12%. That's 0.12%. That's not 1.2%. That's 12/10 of 1%. It'd take you 80 years. to make 10% of your money. Okay, my mom was earning 10 or 12% 20 years ago. She was earning 10 to 12% in the bank. So every 7 years, that money doubled. You know the rule of 7? The 7, it was a calculator, right? If you earn 10% on your money, every 7 years it would roll over and double. Okay, do this. I think this is like, I don't know, 144 years to double money. $3 trillion sitting in banks. How many of you have a partner? You have a partner in business. Good. How many of you do not have a partner in business? Let me see a hand. Okay, yeah, you do. It's the bank. You took your money and you trusted a bank with it. What does the bank do? They think the paper's so useless, they get rid of it. You can't get your money back. How many of you saw the video I did where I tried to get $1 million in cash from my bank? Somebody said, Grant, you can't get your money. I said, what do you mean, man? Got me all freaked out, stopped my whole day. What you mean I can't get my money, man? I saw it on my account, man. And then maybe I hung up the phone with him. I'm like, I wonder if I can get my money. I don't know. The things that I invest in today, I promise you will be around longer than Facebook. Listen to what I'm telling you right now, okay? In your lifetime, there might not be a Facebook. This phone right here, how many believe this phone will cease to exist in the next 20 years? There ain't no way this phone's gonna be around 20 years from now, okay? The things I invest in will outlive this phone, will outlive Apple computer. That's the only thing. I go out every day. This is how I think about money. I'm running every day for money. I'm fucking busting my ass, man. I'm busting my ass every day. I'm busting my ass. I'm busting my ass, trying to fill up the refrigerator, take care of the kids, get good education for them, fuel the plane up, put fuel in the plane, fly the plane, take care of the plane, wash the plane, invest in my business, right? This is what I'm doing all day long, you know? And then what I'm trying to do really is I'm trying to put this money to use at some point. Okay, I operate with what I call as a 40% point. I'm looking for 40% to save on my income. Whatever it takes, how much money do I need to make so that I have 40% that I can take over here and shove a big giant piece of cake into a deal?
Rule number 6 is unlock your potential.
Who in the room likes sales? You're like, I just love. You love it? Okay, stay away from this man. Keep your kids away from him, stay away from him, okay? It's a whack job right here, okay? Anybody that likes sales, he only likes it because he's good at it. Because there was a time when he didn't like it. Nobody naturally likes approaching a person, presenting a product, asking them to buy it. Like everybody gets uncomfortable, right? So one trick, I thought that was the whole trick in business. Like I got to go out and sell something. That's not the trick. You need to build a business. And everybody in here is a business. She is a business. Her job is to get attention for her brand, discover her brand, clarify her brand. Yeah, that's my brand. Don't be stealing on my brand. But she could ride. She's collaborating with me when she does that. She's collaborating with a brand. We invited you here so we could collaborate with you. How many of you went to our conference here in Miami? Okay. Oh, a few of you, okay. There's 35,000 people there. 35,000. I had more people in Marlins Stadium than the Marlins can put in their stadium. The Marlins and the Dolphins. That just shows you how important success is. Right? Some of you were gonna go to the game this Sunday. You're like, I ain't going. I wouldn't go here, much less New York, right? So, because nobody wants to be around losers. Like bottom line. So you got to get yourselves, it's easy to talk about the Dolphins, right? Okay, but you got to get yourself in a position where you're winning, folks. You know, there was a time in my life where I didn't want to be around me. I knew I had this much potential and I was delivering like right here. I didn't like me, I hated me. Same thing when I started having a business. My business had 3 or 4 employees. I didn't like that about me because I knew I should have more employees. Earn some power, earn the right to have some power, some responsibility, keep the power, okay, and save and multiply it. You want to multiply it. You don't want to hoard it. It's not about keeping it to keep it for yourself. It's about how do I now multiply it. This is what your mom and dad said. This is what my mom and dad didn't know. They knew how to keep it. They did not know how to multiply stuff. Okay, that's why with most of your, if I'm right about you in this audience, just from looking at you, judging you a little bit, is you were probably brought up the way I was. Eat all your food. How many were taught that? 3 times a day. Eat it all, eat it all, eat it all. If you didn't eat it all, put it in the refrigerator. You're like, look, I didn't want it hot. I'm not gonna want it tomorrow. I don't want this. This is done. No, save it. Somebody somewhere starving. Somebody somewhere. And I'm like, dude, like you guys, go back to your refrigerator tonight. See if you're not affected by this. Open your refrigerator and look in and see how much shit that you, see how much stuff, from Jared. See how much stuff that you're saving that you don't want. That you don't want to eat. The only reason you're saving stuff you don't want is because you're worried about earning more, period. Then I want you to walk to your closet, just a little exercise, go to your closet, open your closet, and I want you to look at shoes, pants, slacks, jackets that you haven't worn in years. Probably don't even fit you, but you refuse to throw them away. I gotta save it. I gotta save it. I gotta save it. Because you're worried about earning money, enough money to pay for more stuff. Because you know in your heart of hearts, you know that mechanism for you is broken. You have to fix this. You have a responsibility to fix it. So you can do nothing tonight, okay? It will not get better. You can go do it on your own. Most of you look like you've had enough time. How old are you, sir? 40. He's had enough time. At 41, dude, if you ain't fixed it at 41, whatever data you have has got you in that chair. And that's what I know about myself. I have to change. For me to change, I have to change. And for the most part, that doesn't mean I need to do more. It means I need new information.
Rule number 7 is overcome tough times.
I am an extremely hard individual, okay? I know what it takes to be in the position I'm in. It is not easy, okay? I have paid attention for 30 years to everything when it comes in and when it goes out and where it goes. And whether or not this energy that came in or the energy I put out, hey, does it actually pay me so that I can produce something in the future? Okay, anybody can have this much success in life. To string it together for 32 years, never have a bankruptcy, never not pay a debt, never, ever, okay, walk away from something I didn't know. It is very, very difficult. Going out, knocking on a door, making some money, getting a sale, great. Winning a case in court, great, okay. Getting a degree at college, good, you can do that, okay. Anybody can do all that stuff. To string together 30 years, and be able to survive recessions, okay? I am an extremely intelligent person when it comes to money, okay? We're the most resilient people on the planet. I mean, except for maybe Persians. Okay? I mean, really, Persians are unbelievable people. Okay? Okay, and the Romans were pretty successful, okay? But you notice if you look at those civilizations, man, Persian, Rome, look, there was a time when they had everything. They had it all, and they lost it because they started making mistakes. They started thinking, oh, well, we'll go on forever. We don't have to be diligent. We don't have to pay attention. We don't have to do the right things, okay? You are on a ship. You're on the same ship I'm on, okay? I own the ship, but guess what? It won't matter. It won't matter when the ship goes through rough waters. Hey, your stomach's gonna feel the same as mine. I'm not the only one that is scared in these waters. I just know I ain't getting off the ship. For you actually could say, I'm gonna get off. I can't get off, you understand? This is my ship, okay? My ship's gonna finish this trip. I did 35 years of this. I guarantee you, I will die on this ship. Okay? And I will find other places to go adventure and other places to have victories and other civilizations to meet. Okay? This is my trip. And if you want to be on it with me for the whole ride, you can be. You can get off anytime you want to. Probably half of you will at some point get off and say, I'm done here. I got that, man. We'll pull into port one day. We'll drop the, what's that thing? Anchor. We'll drop the anchor. Well, hopefully you don't get off on the gang walk. The gang walk means we push you off. Hopefully you wait till we get to port and then you get off, and then you walk off into the village and you get some woman in the village pregnant, and you settle down there and you become a new civilization. Whatever. It's what we used to do, man. It used to be cool. Okay? Can you imagine back in that time? Hey, new place. Let's go visit the people. Hey, are we going to be here in the future? Wow, 1,000%. Are we going to do another 10X Growth Conference? Guarantee you. Okay? I mean, if I'm not going to do another one of those, I'm not doing I'm done. I need to go home, get on a ship, and travel around and not come back to work anymore. Are you going to buy more real estate? Oh, for 100% sure. So you're not going to stop this brand and the desire people have. And my mission is to help people. So, and I cannot do this by myself. Every one of you is needed, okay? But I need you right now to lean into this thing. Your job depends on what you do every day. Your job depends on it. Okay, not your job with me. Your job, period, on this planet depends on how much you take your shoulder and put it against a wheel and push and get a product. Okay, for us, this products are, people know about Grant Cardone, people know about our webinars, people know about our opportunities, people know about our books. I need you to do more than your job. I'm already paying you to do your job, okay? You're not gonna get a bonus if you don't do more than your job, I'm just telling you. I will not get a bonus if I don't do more than my job. Kevin Hart will not get a bonus if he don't finish that movie. If the tickets don't sell, Kevin Hart will not get the bonus. You have the MLB baseball players for the Marlins. They do not get paid this year if there is no season. You understand that? They don't like, oh, I'll get my check anyway. You didn't play, bro. Okay? If I get hurt in the NFL and I don't play, I don't get paid. That's the real world. So when I hear the numbers in the morning, sometimes you guys don't see me there, because when I hear we got 100 licensees, I'm like, God damn, we should have 10,000. And everybody in this room should have sold one and got a commission on it. So again, if you're in shipping, Sherry told me somebody in shipping that, I'm like, why is that person in shipping? How can that person live on $16 an hour? Or $20 an hour? We took them down from 20. How can you live on $20 an hour? In Miami. Okay? I'm not gonna pay any more for the position. How can you make sense of it? I don't understand that. Like, there's all this other stuff we have to sell, man. Every time I meet somebody, you come into my boot camp, you come into my webinar, you got my book, you got this program, you got a wristband, okay? How about a t-shirt? Like every time I talk to somebody, I'm like, why don't you grab one of my things, because I know that drives a little bit of exchange. Once he gives me money, he has a relationship with me. The moment he gives me money, we actually complete the relationship. It is only then, okay, you guys that are on Natalie's team, you can call and talk to these people and help them as much as you want. You're not actually having a relationship when you just help. When they exchange back with you, you complete the help cycle, okay? They have to give you something for the help, otherwise it's a handout. And nobody wants a handout, except people that have given up and lost self-respect of themselves. Nobody wants a handout. They want a little, hey, come on, but they'll resent me if I keep giving them a handout. So remember, when they say, hey, I want something, make sure they give you something back, okay? So that we can complete that relationship or start one, and we can start actually doing business with one another.
Rule number 8 is take more action.
What are you gonna do? When are you gonna start doing it? This isn't about a convention, a conference. It's not about enthusiasm. Do you need to smile? Yeah, you need to smile. You need to smile like you're crazy. You need to smile when you're not winning. Okay? But you need to do something, folks. And you need to do it 10 times, and then 100 times, and then 1,000 times. And if you do it enough times, you're gonna win. You're gonna get to sit wherever you want in life, on whatever plane seat, whatever hotel you wanna be at. Stay as long as you want. Come and go as you want. If you don't wanna go, you're like, dude, just cancel the plans. But we're inside of 24 hours, they're gonna keep our money. Keep it. I can get some more. It wasn't even mine. Okay? The money I got in my pocket right now. Nope, see, Elena's got it all. The money Elena has in her purse was somebody else's money. See, but we're taught that there's a shortage and there's scarcity and you don't have any. All you have to do is be willing to call somebody, talk to somebody, make contact. If it's not getting you the result, tweak the contact and increase the calls. And by the way, if you don't want to do 2 things, don't tweak and just increase the calls. If I call enough people, I can say anything I want to say. Okay, if you're taking notes, write this down. No one thing will ever blow a prospect. No one thing will ever blow a prospect. There's nothing you can say that will mess a deal up. Not one thing.
Rule number 9 is create money.
Most people don't know how to create money, okay? The most important thing about money and getting what you want is not to have the money, it's to create the things you want. Live where you want, have the expansion you want, the views you want, go where you want. Number 1, you have to know how to make it. Most people don't know how to make money. Number 2, fewer people know how to keep it. That's discipline. You got to have discipline, and you're not going to have discipline if you don't have goals. Why would I keep money if my goals are either perverted, short-sighted, or maybe too small, okay? So you got to have monster goals, and that's going to create the discipline necessary to keep what you went out and earned. And number three, then you got to figure out how to multiply it, okay? Now, you don't need to figure out how to multiply it. When I was 25 years old and I'm broke, I didn't need to work on multiplying it. I didn't even need to work on keeping it because I didn't have any. In the very beginning, from the age of 25 to 35, all I did was work on, particularly in the first 3 or 4 years, all I worked on was, how do I learn how to sell? Man, that thing is bright. How do I learn how to sell? How do I learn how to market? How do I learn how to promote? How do I learn how to handle people's objections? I'm talking about basic stuff.
And rule number 10, the last one before some very special bonus clips, is maintain your purpose.
I got my shades on this morning, John. You know why?
What?
Because my future's so bright. I tried to go without them this morning, but it was like I was being blinded by what was in front of me, by the possibility, by the potential. You know, I was thinking this morning, John. I was thinking this morning on a serious note. Somebody asked me last night, hey, what drives you? And I'm like, yeah, what does drive me? For a moment, I didn't have an answer. It kind of threw me off a little bit. I mean, I know the answer, but it threw me off a little bit because I'm like, what is driving me now? You know, it's different than what was driving me when I was busted up. And then I looked at it and I said, oh, wow, you know, what's been driving me the whole time is just the little improvements, the possibility of improvement, you know, which is really what potential is. It doesn't matter how big your potential is, or because the true potential of the individual, I don't think is revealed without success. Like, you got to have little successes to get a little peek of what you can do. I don't think any of us actually know what we can do. And so when you're 25 years old, I was 25, I was broke, had no money, didn't have any friends, my family didn't believe in me, I had no money. When I went from no money in my pocket and I had $50 all of a sudden, I was like, wow. And by the way, I earned that $50. Nobody gave it to me. I didn't steal it. I didn't rip anybody off. I earned it. I was like, wow. It was a big deal. That $50 was a big deal. Then when I learned how to consistently do that and started discipline myself to not waste the money, blow it on dumb stuff, not end up with a hangover for $50. I know a lot of people make $50 and end up with a hangover. And that's all they end up with, not even a memory. And then I did 500, and then I did 1,000, and then all of a sudden I started, oh wow, man, maybe this money thing is important, because it started making me feel a little bit better about myself. And then the next thing you know, I'm having meetings with other people that are thinking about success, and my network is changing a little bit. And now the next thing I know is my health is changing a little bit, and my sense of self is changing. It was the attainment of the potential in little increments. So for the last 30 years, basically what I've done is work in increments, little tiny improvements every day. But this is the most important thing that I found out. If you show up every day and work on the little improvements, what'll happen is along the way, you hear people talk about setbacks and bad things happening to them. But if you keep showing up every day, I promise you, in addition to some setbacks, they're gonna come. You're also gonna see spikes and surges, little pops upward. just like a setback. But if you're showing up every day with the right attitude, right people, right surroundings, reading the right books, getting the right material, looking for little improvements, what'll happen is you'll get the spikes and the spurts. In fact, you'll get more of those than you will setbacks. And it's the spikes and the spurts. It's that boom, that big growth. Even children get this. Little kids have spikes and spurts of growth. Okay, this is what reveals the real potential. This is what keeps people really excited about possibility and what you can do. And that's what drives me today. Okay, look, the increments are great today, but I'm really looking for those spikes. I'm looking for those surges of growth, financially, network, people, connections, ideas. I hope you go find those spikes and spurts, but you're not going to get them. You're not going to get a surge without the daily increments. And that's what drives me today. As long as I got money, somebody will make for me.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as I have influence, money, as long as I have the gold. Look, if you have the gold, you make the rules. And that is existed for thousands of years. It will never be violated. That is the rule. And I know people say it sounds terrible. I always looked at this game like, I want to have the gold. I want to make the rules. I'll find somebody that gave up on their dreams. Billions of people give up on their dreams every day. You're never going to you're not going to fix that shortage overnight. I would encourage everybody to become more like me, so that at least you get on the other side of this rainbow and say, "Oh, I know what it looks like over here." Because most people never even get
why.
Because people ask this question that you just asked, and that question is based on a give up. It's based on a surrender to the game.
Okay.
Should everybody play the game? Yeah, everybody should play the game. Should everybody learn backgammon? Yes, because you should learn backgammon because it's a cool game to play. Should everybody learn how to make money? Yeah, you should, because if you give up before you do it,
you'll never know.
You'll never know, man. And I'm telling you, money. Like just this concept, money won't make you happy. Where did that come from?
Lies and deception.
Who told you?
Lies and deception.
Yeah, because most people that say money won't make you happy don't have any money, or they're trying to get your money.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna tell you, money has made me happier. As long as you get the right amount of it. I say this all the time, like if you learn to love the thing you hate, you might find a big gift in it. And for me, I didn't like sales. I hated it. I tried selling when I was 17 years old, lost the job. 18, I tried again part-time during the summer, lost the job. 19 years old, lost the job. I had had 5 experiences in sales and hated every one of them. All different industries. I just kept moving industries thinking, okay, it'll be different. This will be easy to sell. I hated sales. I hated talking to people. I particularly hated the beginning, the rapport building. You know, I'm not good at breaking ice. Like Ron Secco, he can talk to anybody. I can't do that. I can't go into a room. I can speak to 35,000 people, but I can't go into a room and start warming it up. It's just, I'm uncomfortable. So the point I'm trying to make is when I was 25, the only job I could get was a sales job. And I said, hey, you got to decide that you're going to get good at this, even if you hate it. Yeah. Because you can't lose another job. It would have been my 6th firing. And I'm like, I cannot lose another job. I did, by the way, get fired from that place. But they never got rid of me because I kept selling stuff. Yeah. So every time they'd fire me, I'd go back and sell something. They'd be like, okay, you can stay another day until the next time you mess up something. So, you know, I went from hating sales to committing to it to becoming now known as like one of the greatest living salespeople on the planet. Yeah. So in the things you hate, like where does the hate come from? Like the things that you hate, the things that just grind you out, like just bug you, there's probably, if you just stay with it and look, just move to the side a little bit and look behind it, there might be some great gifts. What you become is what you will be. Most people are sitting in the student chair too long. You're learning. You like learning, studying, reading, you know, trying to get information. Dude, the way to trick the system is to become something as fast as possible. Don't keep learning. Buy something. This is the easiest, simplest way for somebody to become an investor. I did the deal. I bought the deal with my money, did the research with my money, my time, my energy in my 30 years. I used my cred with the banks and the real estate community to get the deal. That deal's $260 million. Your entire audience could not buy that deal by itself, even if it had the money, because it doesn't have the connection.
Yep.
So I'm buying the deal with my money and my debt. Then once I buy it and close it, I've taken all this risk out. Because once I buy it and close it, then I offer it up to my audience and say, same price that I paid, you can get in at. $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, whatever number you're comfortable with. So what happens is, one, your money's protected against inflation and deflation, okay, against the disruption and destruction of the dollar, which is what's happening right now, is they are purposely destroying the dollar. The very thing they told you for the last 30 years you should save and you should trade your most valuable asset for, they are now destroying the very thing that you've been saving. And they're penalizing you for having it because they pay you nothing to keep it. Understand that $1,000, and I'm going to answer your whole question here. Understand that $1,000 today at Bank of America or Wells Fargo, let me see, $1,000 today times pays $1.20.
Bullshit.
Let me see. Yeah, that's $1.20 anyway I do it.
Crazy.
Okay. Now, that's before you bought your checks. That's before you started the checking account. That's before you used the ATM. By the time the end of the year is, your $1,000 probably more like $920. Probably cost you $80 just to have a checking account. So number one, you become an investor. Number two, you get cash flow every quarter. Number three, I expect that building to be a double or a triple. So I'm paying $260 for the building. If I sell it for $340, we make a double. I think the building's going to sell for $500 million when I sell it. The location's ridiculous. Can't replace it. It's 99% occupied right now. It's a trophy quality asset. It's in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, one of the hottest markets in the country. And when I sell this, I will be selling it to an institution. And the reason that's important is because most of us that are earning $50 a night, you have to buy the leftovers, man. You know, we're buying leftovers. We're buying the garbage in the community, the duplex, the single family home. These are the same homes that went back to the banks in 2010. And you don't want to be in that stuff. What you want to be is the trophy stuff that somebody always finds value in.
Yep.
So I think the return is 5 to 6% in the first year, paid out quarterly. We pass through the depreciation to you, so you won't be paying taxes for the first couple of years on your income. And I think you get a double or a triple off your money. So if you put in 10 grand, I think you're looking at your money being 20 or 30,000 over the next 5, 6, 7 years.
Success comes with this, okay? It does not. The higher you go up the tree, the more people are going to be like, look at him, he's going to fall. They want you to fall. They want to take you down, okay? They want to hurt you. But most importantly, they're trying to get attention for their own brand or name, and they have nothing to create for themselves. If they can't create anything, what they do is they hate, okay? It's like hate is the opposite of create. You can't create and hate at the same time. They did this to Jesus. They did it to Gandhi. They did it to Oprah. They did it to Obama. They did it to Trump. Okay, if you're going to blow, if you're going to get big, if you're going to service the world, help the world, become a charitable source, if you're going to disrupt anything, look what they do to Elon Musk, the entire automotive industry. And Biden wouldn't invite him to an automotive conference where they're discussing electric cars. How's that even possible? Every great person that's ever walked on planet Earth, male or female, young or old, has been hated on, has been clickbaited, dragged, criticized, ridiculed, dismissed, called a fraud, a con, blah, blah, blah. So this is what haters do. Okay, haters can't create, so they hate. So number one, you got to understand that this is part of success. It comes with everything else that success comes with. It comes with the money, the toys, the winning, the victories, the happiness, the celebrations. What also comes with success is this, the criticizer and the hater. Okay, it's like building a house. You build a house, you're going to end up with termites. You have a baby, you're going to end up with poop. Everything comes with a liability, okay? So don't take it personal that people hate on you. Take it as a compliment. I know it's hard. Number one, understand it's coming. Number two, do not respond directly to these people. There's no reason to use their name. There's no reason to support them. There's no reason to honor them, respond to them. It doesn't matter, dude. They're not doing anything. I know that 10 years from now, they won't be where they won't be anywhere. They will not have done anything. They will be off using or dragging somebody else's name, and I'm going to create my empire. So go out and create your success. Do the things you got to do. Stay focused on prospering. We sent out $40 million this year in Cardone Capital distributions. $40 million. Everybody that drags my name combined times 10 and times 10 lifetimes will not generate for themselves that much money, much less give it back to their investors. That's in 1 year I've done that. I'm sorry, that's in 7 months that I've done that. We've done $1.2 billion of sales over the internet. You can put every clickbaiter together in the same room and give them 1,000 lifetimes. They won't produce that much because you cannot produce and create when you hate. It's not possible. You just cannot be, you can't come up with solutions. You can't make the world a better place while you're hating on any one object. Okay? So when I literally put my attention on negativity on one object, how can I create something good over here? It's not possible. So don't be distracted by the distracted. The third thing, okay, you have to double down on your prosperity and your success. You got to keep expanding. What they hope to do is to contract you. Don't contract, extrovert. Keep extroverting. Keep creating on the things you're doing. Let that detraction become an inspiration for your creation, for your continued creation. I remember hearing Elon Musk say something about, somebody asked him, what do you say about the people that say you can't do this? And he looked at him, the interviewer, and says, we did this. And that is really, really important. Go out and change the world. Go out and service your customers. Service the world that you want to service. Do the things you want to do. Use the hate as an inspiration to actually validate your creation and to do what you're inspired to do. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it distract you. Don't let it introvert you. Keep creating on it. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. It's like anything else, okay? With every asset, every creation of every asset comes some liability. They're termites. They're freaking rats. They will never create anything for themselves and their family that's valuable, much less share it with their customers. They're merchants of chaos, like the media, Fox and CNN, these people that are spreading fake news all around. This is the only thing they can produce is on the backs of successful people. So go out and be successful. Understand the haters are coming. 2, use it. Use it. Don't recommend them, recognize them, talk about them, talk about what you're doing, double down on it, 10x on it. Use it to inspire you to create more success for yourself and your family. Move on. And then last thing is handle your family and friends on it, okay? I had a friend once sent me something he saw somebody wrote back in 2020. Oh my God, I read this. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? What kind of friend would believe information from some scumbag you don't even know? That's not a friend, okay? And I put his ethics in order. I said, stop it. Don't even ask me about it. Don't challenge me about it. Don't question me about it. How dare you? You're my friend. A friend will support their friends and not listen to the garbage. They will actually overlook the defects of the individual and look at the good they're doing, support them in the good they're doing, trust that they're going to continue to do good. That's what friends do. So don't worry about the haters, worry about the friends that listen to the bullshit from the haters. God bless, be great. 10x.
Money's garbage. It's garbage. It's not really what you want because it gets taxed heavily. So, and this is another thing. The ball players don't understand this. Most of the middle class doesn't understand it. The guy making 50 racks a year doesn't. The guy making 500 racks a year doesn't understand it. The guy working at Facebook doesn't understand. He knows how to code. He don't know how to beat the tax man. And the way to beat the tax man is with real estate. It is the last venue where, and I'm not talking about a house. I'm talking about buying like this piece of real estate right behind me right there. That piece of real estate is $260 million. Now, I didn't start with that. My first deal was a $3 million deal. I made $5 million on it. One deal.
and paid no taxes. And when I did that first deal, man, I put 350 grand down. I borrowed it from my mom and a brother, and I turned 350 grand into $5 million and didn't have to go through the bullshit that I was going through every single day. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a game, man. When I went to file my taxes, the guy showed me how not to pay taxes on it. I'm like, okay, I'm good. And I've been doing that. I now have $4 billion worth of real estate. I started with 300 grand, borrowed money. I got $4 billion. This deal right here is $250 million. And what I've learned over the last 25 years is this game is it's a rigged game, and it's on stack. It's all stacked against the little guy and the middle guy. And so what I decided to do was I promised my mom when I was 15 years old, Dorian, I said, if I ever make it, I'm going to help the little guy out. Because I grew up with a single mother, 5 kids. She was freaking frightened all it. She never got a shot at that stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, if my family got to buy a house that you got to pay for, if we could buy a house and pay it off, that was freaking that was the American dream. That ain't a dream, bro. That's prison. That right there behind me, cash flow day one, trophy asset, appreciation 2 and 3 and 4 times. Most of this real estate's been doubling every decade. Trophy, institutional quality, great write-offs, everything the wealthy look for in an investment. So I'm buying this deal, and then I open it up to my friends and followers on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. $1,000. With $1,000, you can partner with me in that deal. And it's important for everybody to know, like, oh my God, this guy's going to raise money from everybody. I could have gotten one company, one bank would have given me the entire amount of money that I'm raising for my friends. One bank said, hey, I'll give you I'll give you all the money for the deal. And you be the partner in the deal, Grant, you run the deal. We'll be the money. And I didn't take the money because I want my friends, my followers, the people on this, I want to give people a shot. So, because you're easier to deal with, Dorian, I'd rather you be my partner in the deal than Bank of America. The 10X rule is based on, look, the goals people are setting are too small. You know, I want to get a good job. I want to get married. I want to be happy. The goals are wrong. And I hate to tell somebody their goals are wrong, but I don't know that your goals are wrong. You know, I know that my goals have always been too small. Everything I have done in my life has not been, I have underestimated what I could do. Every time I've gotten to where I was like, dang, dude, I could have, that wasn't even that hard. Yeah. Like, it wasn't even that difficult. And it got easier as I got rid of the people that said I couldn't do it. Yeah. Mostly, it wasn't really people saying I couldn't do it. It was mostly people saying, dude, but why do you need to? Mm. They were questioning why I need to, right? So if your kid decides, man, he don't want to be an astronaut. He's like, I don't want to be an astronaut, dude. I want to be the guy that creates the company that sends millions of people to another planet. See, he's like, why would I want to be the pilot, dude? He's just another worker. I want to be the Elon Musk that figured it out, right? So, and you'll be like, man, just be happy to be an astronaut, right? But he's got a bigger dream, and we should all. That's the first thing I would tell people. Look, whatever you think your dream is, one, you got to add money. You got it. People are having goals and dreams without money. You know, there's all these quotes on the internet. A goal without a date is merely a wish that will never happen. Whatever. Dude, a goal without money attached to it, okay, is something that will never be accomplished because there is no goal on this planet that doesn't require money, including happy. To be happy, you need money. And your audience is, I'd love to see their comments. Like, you cannot be happy without money. The only way you can be happy and broke is to be insane. Yeah. Because only an insane person would say, yeah, dude, we're all good. I don't know where food's coming from tonight, but I'm happy. That means, well, I don't know where how you're paying for your drugs. Because you can't be happy knowing I can't pay for the next meal. It's just, it's mentally impossible. You better get excited now, because if you're not going to get excited now, nobody will give you this money. Nobody will give you this money. Money follows attention. How much attention can I get in the marketplace is where money goes. Money does not go to the best product. ever. Money does not go to the best product. Money does not go to the happiest place either. Money goes to where attention goes. Whoever gets the most attention gets the most money. Action, massive action, has always worked. It's proven itself for thousands of years. This is not a new concept. You show me somebody, and we know their name, anybody in the room, any famous person that you can think of. Anybody that we would both know. You say, I'm going to mention their name, and Grant will know who that is. Give me a name of one person.
Tiger Woods.
Massive action. Persistent, massive action. Okay? Okay, how many people were watching the Open yesterday? Yeah, exactly. Why? Because Tiger was in it. Attention. Money follows attention. Money follows attention. How much attention can you get? Even bad attention. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. What Tiger went through in the last decade helped him. You got more white people pulling for Tiger Woods, right? They're like, Tiger, grown white men, Tiger. And we say there's division in this country. Tiger, I love Tiger, right? Why? Because they love a comeback, man. The guy got a lot of attention. Okay, who else? Give me another name. Oh my God, I didn't know it was going to be this kind of meeting. If I didn't know it was going to be this kind of meeting, I'd charge you double. Donald Trump. Everybody knows him, okay? Money follows attention. Success and power follow attention. Okay, you can not like the guy, but could you handle that much heat every day? Could you handle that many people not liking you every day? Because if you're going to be a leader, if you're going to be a real leader, okay, if you're going to be at the top of the food chain kind of leader, people aren't going to like you.
Sketchy people can't see everything. You know, I've learned this in my own life and with other people. Like, people that take shortcuts can't see very well. And like you can see everything I'm doing. You see the e-commerce, you see the traditional, you see the sales calls that we make, you see what I'm doing on social, you see the real estate plays, you see everything I'm doing. So another person could study everything that I'm doing and not see everything I'm doing because they're sketchy.
And they're like stuck right here.
They're criminals. They're taking shortcuts and they're looking for shortcuts and all they see is shortcuts. They can't see everything. So the more honest a person is, the more they can see. And the less honest a person is, the less they can see. It's why a thief, robs a house and steals less than he could have made just servicing the same exact house.
Right.
The guy would have given more money to like take care of him if he could see. Instead, he saw a watch and took the watch.
I used to listen to guys that were millionaires, and they were like, when I look back now, I'm like, oh, they were all like, don't get bigger, bigger's not better, fly under the radar. What matters is how much you make, how much you net, how much you keep, save your money, everything. All those guys that are worth 2 and 3 and 4 million, even some guys that are worth 5 and 10, dude, they're all about contraction.
That's right.
They're trying to save, conserve what they have. Because when you start talking to these other dudes, I'm not talking about myself now. When I get around guys that are worth 600 million, 800, 4 billion, they never talk about that. Dude, they think my money's chump money. They're like, dude, that's not money right there. Dude, look, quit looking at your notes. Okay, what do you want to do here?
It's in my notes.
No, but it's in you. Okay?
Okay.
What do you want? What does Tommy need to do now? Tommy's making 400 grand, worried about somebody that's no good. Okay? Where does Tommy need to go? Screw the mechanics.
Okay.
Where you been? Screw where you been.
Okay.
Dude, where are you in the right vehicle? You have to change. Okay? Where you been means nothing. None of this. The chick that you hired in New Orleans, what you did last year, dude, none of it matters.
Well,
Where are you going to go? No, you
just
just want to skip now, dude.
Okay.
You just want to drop the past. It doesn't matter, okay? So my goal for you, I don't know if it's your goal, but I'm hearing you say some of this, is look, let's just go to number 1 in your market. It's easy to do.
You're going to get what you go look for. If you're looking for a purple elephant, you'll find one this weekend, even though there's not one on this planet. How many of you are going to look for a purple elephant? Look for one. I'll bet you find one. Okay? If you look for a 32-unit deal, you'll find a 32-unit deal. If you look for the credit, you'll find the credit, you'll find the debt, you'll find the cash, you'll find the deals. If you're looking for a partner, you can find a partner. If all you do is keep looking for excuses, I don't have time, I don't have money, I can't do it, I'm black, I'm brown, I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm a girl, I'm this, I got a job, I'm too young. How old are you, man? Now's the time, baby. Now's the time, bro. You 3 years behind Alexander the Great. You understand that? Okay. Alexander the Great had taken over all of Persia. And you 19 years old. It's time, man. I'm taking you under my wing, man. Okay. I'm your guy. I dare you to take me up. I dare you to take me up one, okay? Come spend 2 or 3 weeks in my offices here in Miami. We'll put you up. You can literally, what's it called, interning? You're gonna intern with me. You're gonna be by my side. I'm gonna crack with you every day, man. Why is she crying?
I'm just
Why is she crying?
Really believe you.
Huh?
Does she really believe you?
Of course she does, dude.
your mother.
My dad died when I was 10 years old, man. I needed a man, okay? His mom is probably a great mom. She can't be a mom and a dad. The better the mom you are, the worse the dad you are. So I'm a good father. I am a terrible mother. I'm like, jump! My wife is like, we're on the 30th floor. Like I'm a father. I'm a guy, right? So it's a different vibe. And my mom tried to be a mom and a dad, and she couldn't. And so you be the mom. I don't know where your dad is, but if I could anyway. And by the way, the mom and the dad can only do so much, and then an uncle needs to step in. So if you want to take me up on that, hit Andy, okay? And we'll hook you up, okay? All right, guys, let's get back in there. Appreciate you being here. I hope you continue to do more stuff with us. I'll see you back in there. When you go to a new land, a new place, or a new planet, you have to make investments in the environment and hope that, hey, if I keep doing this, if I keep making these deposits, whether it's me going to the gym, I don't know if the gym worked for me this morning. I know if I can stack up enough gym visits, if I go to church enough, hey man, maybe some of it will rub off on me. I'll become a good guy one day, okay? If I make enough investments in people and human beings and talking to people, we were out here shooting some video today and I'm like, hey, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? How you guys? The only reason I'm doing that is to make investments in people. Because if I do that often enough, I'm practicing extroverting myself to communicate to people. Because everything that I want, everything that's going to be good in my life is going to come through other people. It's not going to come because I sat in a room by myself. It's going to come, my wife and I and Michael, and we went out into the marketplace and actually moved some people around, like you're coming to my event now, right?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, exactly, see?
The wealthy get wealthy not saving money, they invest their money. You're never going to create wealth, ever. It is impossible to create wealth because you have a profession or because you're great at your job or career. The only way to create true wealth is through investing. It is not through learning. It is not through watching videos. It is not by going to conferences. The number one, best, most successful way, probably the only way to ever create real wealth, beyond millions of dollars, by the way, is quit saving. Quit saving your money. This is what my parents did. They saved money. They didn't invest their money correctly. They didn't take money, leverage it into real investments because they were terrified of losing their money. I understand that. But there are asset classes out there where you could never lose your money.
Successful people are not seeking money. They're seeking freedom. I'm talking about the top of the food chain. You guys should be studying the top of the food chain. You should not be studying your buddies. Study the top of the food chain. They are available for study. Read everything they've done. If I read Warren Buffett, I take Warren from the beginning to the end, and I read everything he's done. I go deep on one guy. I don't study a bunch of people. In the beginning, I'm like, is the dude about money? No, the guy was about freedom. What is freedom? Freedom, man. I get to do what I want, when I want, as long as I want. How I want. I get to say what I want to whoever I want, and I get to cut a customer out of my face if I want to. How many of you like to get rid of some of your customers? Like,
Get out of my office. Leave my office. I don't want to do business with you. Okay? I want to do business on my terms, not your terms, and not the marketplace's terms. And I don't want a competitor pushing on me. I want to have enough flow coming in that I get to say, I don't want this business anymore. I want this business. Everybody with me? Okay, that's freedom. Financial freedom is not about money.
Number one biggest mistake in real estate is thinking too small. I know this is hard to think about, but I got a friend right now. He's actually letting me use his plane today to fly to see the World Series first game, Astros versus Atlanta Braves. Let's go Astros, okay? And hope that doesn't turn you off. But this guy that owns this plane, by the way, is a big real estate guy. Massive real estate holdings, okay? That allows him to literally buy something this big. This is a Gulfstream 650. What is this, 65 million, $70 million? And my plane just got sold. I'm waiting for another plane to come as we take off here, okay? This is gonna be big, man. This is gonna be a big takeoff, okay? Oh my God, I think they already got that first wheel up, okay? And I was on my way to Houston for the World Series. Look at this takeoff. Beautiful, man, beautiful. And I was booked on American Airlines, $500 to fly to Houston, $500 back. And this guy calls up and said, hey Grant, I don't want you flying on American. Use my plane. I know you're waiting on yours. Just take my bird and we'll figure it out later. So super nice of him. But the point of that story is, one is, who do you know? And number two, how many people do you know in real estate that are successful in real estate? Because people that are successful in real estate, not just for the last decade, but for the last 1,000 years, have been some of the wealthiest people on planet Earth. It's a secure, great investment. So number one biggest mistake, you're looking at one unit, you ought to be looking at 30 units. It is easier to buy 30 units. It's easier to make money on 30 units. It's easier to sell 30 units. It's easier to get a loan on 30 units than it is on one. And I know some of you are going to disagree with me. I got all the haters I need out there. Please don't pile on. But they don't understand that when you buy one unit, you're not getting in the real estate game to buy one unit. If one unit's good, 30's better, 30 times better. If one unit's good and you can raise the rent $200, awesome, man, that's awesome. But what if you could raise the rent 30 times, $200 on 30 units? Just do the math. If you raise the rent 200, because real estate's about making money, it's about protecting your capital, it's about cash flow, it's about tax write-offs. But if you can buy one unit, ultimately it's about making money. And you raise the rent $200, you're making $200 extra a month. If you could do that 30 times, you're making $6,000 a month, $72,000 a year, and that's when the game gets really, really super fun. The second thing the wealthy do, the millionaires, the self-made millionaires do, is they play get rich for sure. I don't know if you've ever heard this term. I coined this phrase years ago. I'm not interested in get rich quick. I got some buddies that try to teach those courses. Cringe when I hear them. I don't want to get rich quick. I want to get rich for sure. I've always wanted to get rich for sure. I don't really care how long it takes, as long as I'm not old and dead. But I want to know that I'm getting rich for sure. I'm not a shortcut guy. I'm not a gambler. I'm not the guy that's going to put it all on one color. I'm extremely, extremely conservative when it comes to investing because I don't want to lose my money. Both my parents came up through a time when my mother was in food lines. And she told me that story so many times, dude. I got scared that one day I'd be in a food line. So I don't want to get rich quick because I know that comes with the pain of busting out, okay? And that might, by the way, keep me from being one of the wealthiest people in the world because I don't take these big chances. But if this is you, like you're thinking, yeah, I don't need the 3-week 1,000x return. I want to be able to invest my money in something. I get the tax write-offs, I get the benefits, I get the cash flow, and I get the long-term appreciation. And that's what the wealthy do by in masses. They're not taking these crazy chances.
Because you made it this far in a video, I want to celebrate you. Most people start and don't finish. Most people never actually follow through. Most people say they want something, but they don't ever do the work to actually get it. But you are different. You are special. Believe Nation, you made it here all the way to the end, and I love you. So as a special celebration, if you put a hashtag believe down in the comments below on this video, I will showcase you and celebrate you somewhere on the screen in a future video because you are awesome. For 10 more amazing rules from Alex Hormozi, check the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
But all of them won't work unless you pick one. So boom, you pick one. And then from there, I always say 6 figures is sell something to someone. That's it. And if you want more detail, sell something to someone. So it's one avatar, one product, one channel. You don't have to figure out, just pick one channel.